television right now. Hit programs on TV don't come along all that often, the ones that touch a nerve and get your reaction. The key, of course, to a successful program are the characters. They have to communicate some basic truth about our lives. And a current example that does just that are The Simpsons on Fox television. And the fact that the characters are cartoon figures may be precisely what makes them so genuine. Ann Rubenstein introduces us now to The Simpsons and the man behind them.
They are so ugly, they're cute. The Simpsons, a cartoon family in a struggle to be normal, failing at it miserably, are a huge hit. This is what happens when a child of television, a child raised with Pebbles and Bam Bam, grows up and creates his own cartoon family. The Simpsons are straight out of the imagination of Matt Groening.
I was one of those kids who sat around watching TV when I was growing up. I mean, you could have looked at TV Guide any time, any issue during the 60s, and I'll tell you where I was. I was watching that episode of the Flintstones or the Jetsons. But I always thought that those TV shows could have been better. They were disappointing to me, and I said, someday, if I have my own TV show, I'm going to do it different.
It was an accident, man. A terrible, ghastly mistake. Ask anybody.
I always wanted to have a TV series that would annoy and entertain at the same time.
Grandpa, I think this guy's a little nuts.
Oh, yeah?
The Daffy Duck syndrome, you know? You just want to, you know, bug Elmer Fudd.
Dad, I need help. Please. Oh, man.
Here. Let me help you dry those tears. So what's the problem, son?
Homer Simpson heads the family, is generally incompetent, works in a nuclear power plant, gives lousy fatherly advice.
You mean I should fight dirty, Dad?
Unfortunately, son, we Simpsons sometimes have to bend the rules a little in order to hold our own.
Amen.
So the next time this bully thinks you're going to throw a punch, you throw a glob of mud in his eyes.
What on earth are you talking about, Homer?
Marge, his wife, is a touch of Edith Bunker, spacey and sympathetic, especially supportive after Homer is blamed for a small nuclear spill at his plant.
You'll find a job. You've caused plenty of industrial accidents, and you've always bounced back.
Yeah, Dad, you can do it. Yeah, go for it, Dad.
You're right.
Their baby girl is Maggie, who doesn't speak yet, whose pacifier is a permanent part of her face. Another daughter, Lisa, a second grader, is intelligent, therefore misunderstood by her family.
Dad, I get good grades because I'm smart and I pay attention and I study hard.
Yeah, right, Lisa.
Yo, Auto Man.
And then there's 10-year-old Bart Simpson, irreverent, bratty, wise guy.
You sniveling toad, you little egg sucker. Tell me more. Back scratcher, footlicker, honor student.
A kid whose aspirations are always low.
Hey, Auto Man.
Hey, Bart dude.
Any new tattoos, Auto?
Oh, funny you should ask, man. This morning I woke up with this one.
Whoa, I want one.
They're the all-American dysfunctional family. It's sort of a celebration of that kind of, you know, the family that loves each other, hugs each other, but the hugs turn to strangulation.
Groening's wife and manager is Deborah, accustomed to the Simpson humor. They even named their son Homer. Not that bizarre when you realize Groening's dad was also a cartoonist during the 50s in Portland, Oregon, and is also named Homer. Most of the Simpson characters are named after his family members.
Bart, I don't know where that came from.
Bart,
You can decide whether or not that applies to me.
Bart Brat?
Bart is an anagram for brat, and but I also have an older brother, Mark, and an older sister, Patty, who I have not humiliated by naming cartoon characters after them.
Gone is Groening's quiet life as a struggling cartoonist. The success of The Simpsons has him on a fast track, all over Los Angeles, overseeing his creation. Groening is a rising star on the Fox lot. His Simpsons is the network's highest-rated show, and it just went on the air in January. In Los Angeles, it is the 8th most popular show on TV. Maybe it's because the storylines are fairly unpredictable. When a bully harasses Bart at school, Bart seeks paramilitary training and organizes an army.
In English class I did the best. In English class I did the best. Because I cheated on the test. Because I cheated on the test.
Sometimes the Simpsons deal with and embellish the issues real families face. Homer, fired and looking for work, becomes desperate.
Oh, looks like young Simpson is going to kill himself.
No, maybe not. Maybe he's just taking his boulder for a walk.
Sick? No. I think the show is very good-natured, ultimately. I think we dance on the edge of dark humor, but the show isn't mean-spirited at all. But I think people can laugh at The Simpsons because they recognize themselves. But The Simpsons are an extreme. They're a cartoon. They're kind of grotesque-looking.
Have you ever seen a kung fu movie? Oh, it's just like that.
Simpson production begins with the artists and writers. But most of the animation, the ink, the paint, the actual filming, is done in Korea where it's much cheaper. And the Koreans can still capture that look, awful as it is.
I would say The Simpsons are anti-cute, anti-glamorous. Well, I've been drawing cartoons all my life, and I came up with that drawing style of the large eyeballs and the overbite when I was in the 5th grade. As a result, my friends and I were trying to draw Charlie Brown of Peanuts, and it never worked out right.
So their appearance is the result of your inability to draw something more attractive?
Yeah, I guess you could. I take that as a compliment, yes.
Well, they took Bart Simpson to the graveyard, and they buried him in the sand. Oh, yeah.
For Sunday Today, Ann Rubenstein, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Lord, Lord, oh, their lives.
Enough.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.